Hey everyone, well, we reached a milestone. That is my 1500th video that I ever upload on YouTube. Awesome, so I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing and watching my videos. You guys are awesome. And I just love doing what I like to do, posting videos about tarantulas, a couple of gaming videos, which I should be uploading, as well as my lawn equipment videos. So I haven't been posting any videos because I was contemplating whether or not I should do something special for this video, and I thought pretty much I got something that we can work with. Unfortunately, my channel design is not the greatest because YouTube upgraded it to new layout, and I don't like it at all. I just can't really look at all my videos and all my playlists, but from what I gathered, it looked pretty easy. Unfortunately, they took away my banner, they took away my side column image, as well as my branding box. And the branding box had all 14 FAQ questions, which are the most frequently asked questions on my channel. And unfortunately, that disappeared, and I can no longer find it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make a FAQ of all the questions that have been asked over the years, the most popular ones, and I hope you like it. So the first question is why did I choose John3800 as my username, and what's the purpose of my channel? Well, my name is John, and the 3800 actually comes from my Oldsmobile engine, which is a 3.8 liter V6 supercharged. So basically that's code name 3800, and since this is my favorite engine, why not, right? So a little history of my channel. Basically, I opened my channel up in May 19th of 2006. I didn't really upload any videos until the following year, partly because I didn't have a camera and didn't have any tarantulas. Well, not as many at the time. I only had like 5 or 6 of them. So the very first video that I ever did on my YouTube channel was a 24-second video of me handling Scarlet. Unfortunately, the video was lost because I did have some hackers hack into my account. Basically, I had like 600 videos that were pretty much all deleted. So I probably would have recovered them all, but there's just not happening. And this would have been the 2000 video that I made. But anyways, that's fine. So my channel primarily consists of tarantulas. You know, I come up with pretty much every idea of what you can learn in a tarantula. I think the most popular videos are the Mythbuster videos, where I go into exquisite depth of how the tarantulas are, what they look like, how to pronounce the scientific names and the common names, where to buy them, how to take care of them, how to breed them. Pretty much, I have 38 videos on that. I have one coming up pretty soon on the Formictibus species. And I think people love those videos because you get a lot of it, and there's just not very much info available on the internet. And also there's not very much trusted sources that you can find, except Arachnid Boards or Arachnophiles forum, where it's a forum dedicated to all tarantula enthusiasts. So this is pretty much, I make these videos so that way people can learn from them and enjoy them at the same time. Especially another very popular series is the feeding videos. Who loves those? I sure do. And I just love to see how my tarantulas attack, especially when they're very hungry. So that's pretty much it. And then I started uploading gaming videos to show you, like another side of me rather than just tarantulas. I also upload my lawn equipment videos because people love them, my cars, as well as what else do I post? Yeah, fire alarms too. Yeah, I haven't posted one in years. I should be able to do one. Okay, so basically, next question is how I got into teas. Well, pretty much my story is probably very similar to what yours is. Pretty much, I had a fear of spiders, and I watched a lot of Arachnophobia, which was a very bad movie because it sets a very bad reputation for spiders, and they think that spiders are all evil when they're really not. So I basically wanted to overcome my fears, so I bought my very first tarantula, which was coincidentally a G. rosea. And actually, that with G. rosea was actually one of the calmest specimens that I ever had. I had 6 in the past. 4 currently are with me, Morris and Lois, which are my red form, male and female, and Talia and Michaela, which are my normal forms. I used to have another one back a couple years ago. People may have remembered if you watched my earlier uploads. Um, Her name was Ruby. She died of a very old age. She was more than 25 years old. And then I had my first one named Fang. Fang was a great tarantula. I used to handle her quite frequently. Then, unfortunately, the biggest mistake that I ever did in the tea hobby was to put a divider in my tank. Not a good idea because, unfortunately, she got eaten by Ruby. And at the time, I was very inexperienced, but now I make mistakes, and that way I learn much more better. So that's pretty much it for that question. Now, how many teas do I own? Well, currently you should see it on my YouTube channel. I try to put all the current lists of what I own. Unfortunately, because it's a new channel layout and versus the old one, it's not always seen very much. So basically, I own 124 tarantulas and 1 trapdoor spider. I just had 125 with the unfortunate passing of my Thrixopana ochrity. But I'm going to get more from the Expo and the spring import. And also, I'll give you an update at the end of the video of the P. regalis eggs and see how well they're doing. Why is the lights flickering? Oh yeah. Okay. So question number 4 is how often do I feed my tarantulas? Oh boy, do I ever get asked this a lot. And that's actually one of the most common questions that people frequently ask me. Well, I answer that in video formats, and that soon became the most infamous tarantula feeding videos. Basically, what I do is I feed my tarantulas, no matter if they're little small spiderlings to mature adults, the same time, once every 2 weeks, or basically twice a month. I feed them primarily superworms and crickets, as you've seen in the videos. I don't really use B. dubia roaches primarily because they're illegal here in Canada to buy them. So unfortunately, I have to make do of what I have. But as you see, they're actually pretty healthy. As you saw in any of the feeding videos, they actually attack, and I think these are the most popular videos, and I really love making them because they're all different. And sometimes I get to feature tarantulas that we may have not seen before in quite a while, and then you have some species like my T. sanulum, which literally puts a smile into my face how fast she attacks and how incredibly strong a little spiderling is just to take a huge cricket. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. If you want, you don't have to feed them once every 2 weeks. I probably suggest once a week, but I probably wouldn't go any more than that because you might overfeed a tarantula, and probably that's not the best idea to do it. So question 5 is how often do I handle them? Well, that's a good question because I don't really handle them very often. Tarantulas are not very sociable creatures. They don't have the intelligence to get to know you very well, so they can only tolerate handling to a certain point where they'll say that they had enough. And a prime example is Charlotte, that Grammozola pulchripes, the chocolate goldney. I used to handle her every day, and then all of a sudden she just turned defensive on me one day, and I almost was a hairline close to getting bitten. Which brings me to the next question is, have I ever been bitten by my tarantulas? In all the 17 years that I own tarantulas, never. Not yet, but I dread the day that's going to happen. And basically, the ones I handle, there's not really a lot of them because most of what I own have turned defensive on me. So if I were to start on the collection here, I would handle my B. amelia. Let's see this row. My vicularia, the Euapthus species red. Not my PZB anymore, she's turned a little defensive on me. Both my B. abapulosum, they're very awesome handling teas. And my Vicularia huriana, that 6-inch female. Very sweet tempered. Don't forget my Curly Sue. She's I love her. She's 23 years old, and she's been with me ever since I started my collection 17 years ago, and that says a lot for her. Okay. Now, question 7 asks me, why do I choose the scientific names over the common names? And actually, that's a very good question. I personally hate the common names because they're nothing but made up, very ambiguous, and very general and not species specific. For example, the acimani, we all know as the Costa Rican zebra, right? Well, there are 5 other different common names. There's Guatemalan blue, there's zebra knee, zebra leg, striped knee, and striped leg. Can't you just use one scientific name? I don't understand why you have to have so many different common names to describe the same spider. As well as if you see something called a red leg, well, what kind of species is that? Is that the B. smithii? Is that the B. bomi, the B. emilia, B. mcgarteni, A. bicoloratum, or the M. robustum? So that's 6 different species, all requiring similar to different care sheets. Well, and that's why it's not specific enough. So this is why I tend to use the scientific names, because it's more specific and you know exactly what tarantula I'm talking about. My Tarantula Canada dealer operates solely on the scientific names. Pet stores, again, you have to watch out what you have to buy there, because sometimes they'll sell you the wrong tarantula. Like, I had some of them marked Thai orange striped, which turned out to be an acimani. So you have to watch out for what you buy there. But if you know your tarantulas, and maybe you find an M. balfouri labeled as a cobalt blue for $60, then hey, you were in the luck there. Now, question 8 asks me about the top beginners. Oh yes, I have so many comments about that. Well, pretty much I said in that T-series recommendation videos that I had on my channel that's been autoplaying for many months. I would choose B. smithii, the Mexican red knee, B. abopulosum, the curly hair, pink toes as adults, the Avicularia vicularia, U. palustris camperstratus, the pink zebra beauty, and the Euathlus species red, the Chilean fire rump. Best tarantulas, very calm, very strong appetite, and also quite handleable. Notice I don't include the G. rosea because they're very iffy. As you heard me state in my Mythbuster video, roseas, or the rose hares, have very odd behaviors, mainly because A, they're very moody, they're very unpredictable, and also they tend to go on feeding fasts where they just stop eating for no apparent reason, and this time it scares new owners into thinking that they are doing something wrong when they're not. That's just normal behavior of your rosea. Okay, now about pre-molt behavior and post-molt. Yeah, this is another common question. Well, as I uploaded a tutorial video on that, basically you have to look for the bald spot on the abdomen, make sure it's black or bluish black. You have to make sure that the tarantula is not eating. Sometimes it shows defensiveness, it lays its webs, also hides. Then that is a good indication that's in pre-molt. Old World species are a little bit difficult to tell because they don't flick urticating hairs, so you don't always see the bald spot, but the most common sign that you'll be able to see in Old World as in pre-molt is if it stops eating or if it decides to do profuse well building. I've seen that a lot from my pokies, and sure enough, they molted the next day. So that's how you tell if an Old World is pre-molt. And basically, whenever a tarantula molts, you're not supposed to feed it, just give it plenty of humidity and water, and let it go for a week, so that way it's freshly hardens, and you just feed it again. Next, concerning about video games. Well, pretty much I like Nintendo games, as you saw. I'm a primary fan of Mega Man, Mario, which I happen to grow up on, as well as Zelda. I don't particularly like first-person shooters that much, like Call of Duty or Black Ops. Just not my type of game, but I guess they're pretty good too. Now about selling and shipping teas. Oh yes, I got a lot of people ask me about, especially in my P. regalis sack. Basically, I do sell teas, but however, since I'm in Canada, I can only sell within Canada. I can't sell internationally, like overseas or to the United States, because I need a permit. I need to file some paperwork, and I need to ship it by freight cargo. And to be honest, that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of charges involved. So I pretty much don't want to risk it. And also because of the borders, the U.S. and Canadian border might withhold the package. So I kind of fear that you might actually get a dead on arrival. But if you are in Canada, I can be able to ship anywhere across there. So about my cages, yeah, this is another question. Why do I have so many different cages, and why do I don't use glass terrariums? Well, glass terrariums here are very expensive. They're around $100 to $150, at least here. For a 5-gallon glass one, it's around $75, just for the aquarium plus the guard mesh separate. I use primarily these shoebox enclosures that you can get from Walmart or Canadian Tire, and they just work as well as a critter keeper for a fraction of the cost. This is another reason why I make YouTube videos for people that don't have a lot of money and want to have a tarantula. Well, this cage costs $2.50. You just buy some cork bark, a small water dish that you can get from the dollar store, and some earth, like eco earth or potting soil, and you're pretty much all set. And tarantulas don't need a lot of space to live in. I don't recommend putting tarantulas in very, very big enclosures, like a 90-gallon tank for like a G-rosea is just not going to work, because the tarantula is going to be very stressed. It's going to have a hard time finding food, and that's what I noticed during my years of experience. And that's why I kept these small enclosures. I use pill jars for the spiderlings. I use like the deli containers that you see here for juveniles. Rubbermaid containers from Walmart. This is a good avicularia setup, your common pigtail that you can get from the pet store. That's a perfect one. And critter keepers that you can get. So that's pretty much why I do it. And also because I'm very limited with space in here. So basically whatever you see on the shelf is what I can fit in there. Okay, now next question about requesting videos. Oh yeah, you definitely can request videos as long as it's appropriate. I can't film something I don't have, so I probably won't make a video of it, but if you want me to go into specific depth of like maybe saying can you show me your avix or can you show me your brachypelmas, I'll be more than happy to give you an update on those. Okay, about my lawnmowers. Oh yeah, a lot of people have asked me about that, saying like why do I have so many lawnmowers and so many trimmers, blah blah. Well, pretty much I have a lawn care service where I tend to 75 different lawns, and I basically use these many equipment to rotate them so that way that the engines don't wear out as fast. So that's pretty much why, and I come to think of it as owning a little collection. And then contact info. A lot of people have asked me how to contact me. Well, I'm pretty much available on YouTube almost like 85 to 90% of the time. So you can just send me a PM or a reply on my videos. My Hotmail, you can access my Hotmail if you want. It's like john@hotmail.com. Basically, you can just send me like pictures of your tarantulas if you need to ID them or to sex them. Now, to sex them, please give me an undershot. Don't give me like a tarantula that's on its dorsal side, because I won't be able to sex it for you. Basically underneath the abdomen, and I'll probably be able to tell you if it's a male or female. And as well as Facebook, I do have a Facebook account. It should be on my channel page. I don't go on Facebook very much, so you might not get replies very fast, but I try my best to answer them as swiftly as I can. So I think that pretty much covers it. I do have some old videos that I have recorded a couple of days ago that I'm going to upload. mainly new tarantula nighttime video. That's awesome. Haven't been making those in a while. As well as a starting video of my equipment for at least a couple of machines, and definitely going to be posting the Miss Butler video in due time. So I want to thank everyone for watching this video, and hope you like it, hope you subscribe to my videos, and you'll see so many more to come. Alright, thanks everyone.